every day is different. Every day it will be different for you. But maybe I'll tell you what a product manager usually does, right? See, we want to build a very user-friendly product. So we are building a product for consumers like you and me. You can use our app. My family members can install the app and use. So you're essentially building an app for your end users, like customers like you and me. So the product should be as easy as possible. The navigation should be as easy as possible. And multiple is also a very complicated product. It's not a very easy product. It's a new idea that we are working on. So I have to understand what the users really want. So that's why the first thing that I do every day is looking at the data and how the whatever things that are on the app, how they are performing. How are the metrics looking like? So first thing that you look at it is metrics. Is there any downfall or is there any upward trend that you can see? If there is any drop off, where are the users dropping off? Are the users really using the app? Are they liking the app? All these things you try to understand with the metrics, and then every day you talk to some 5 to 10 users. So every day, talking to 5 to 10 users might be very overwhelming at some point in time, but you have to do this because only when you talk to the users, you will understand what they are thinking about the product, right? So if tomorrow you install the app, maybe I will be calling you as well, just to understand your experience. Hey, how are you liking the app? Are you liking the app? Do you think we need to improve something on the app? So I collect the insights. So two things that I've said: one is looking at the metrics, second thing is talking to the users and collecting the insights. Then the third thing is, when you collect the insights, you will know, okay, our users are saying this, our users are facing issues with all these things. Then I think we need to solve for it. Then you go to your Figma or Whimsical. These tools are basically the tools where you go and wireframe and design things. So, and then you try to do some whiteboarding. So it's like a whiteboard and you try to solve the problem, right? And I try to design. I'm not a designer, but I try to design the wireframes. So wireframes are nothing but before the design, you need to give them an how do I put it? Basically, a layout of why you think this particular approach will solve the problem that you need to design as a wireframe. So I go to the whiteboard and start designing the wireframes, and then I talk to the product designers. I talk to my founder. It's a small company, so getting access to the founder is not very difficult, and he also works together with us on the product. So we tell him that, hey, these are the problems that our users are facing, and these are the solutions that I think will solve the problem. So what do you think about it? And then you do brainstorming. You ask your founder, you ask your product designer, and to just make them think about the same problem and see if they can come up with some better solutions. So after the brainstorming, you finally have a proper wireframe, and then you work with the designers in designing that. Then the designers will go on with their job and they will start designing the wireframe. And once the design is ready, then you work with the developers, because when the design is ready, you need to make sure the designed screen is going to the live app, right? Then you need to work with the developers. Developers will have both front-end developers and back-end developers. If you're from the tech background, you should definitely know what does a front-end developer do and what a back-end developer does. So we work as PMs, we need to work with both the developers, and we need to basically assign the work based on whatever the design that we have designed. We need to assign it to them, and then we need to make them work on the same thing from the tech standpoint. So once the technical things are done, once the developer has developed the whole design and everything, then you work with the QA. QA is nothing but the quality assurance team, who will do the testing of the whole design of whatever you want to do. Basically, if you want users to click on this particular thing and go somewhere, they will test whether that functionality is working fine or not. So once they give a go ahead, then you go and publish it to the live users. So all of these things cannot happen in a day. So one day में इतना नहीं कर सकते. But this is what a product manager does. So it depends on the day. So sometimes, you will have to submit something, like you will have to work on the design alone for the whole day, and then you take it to the developers the next day. Sometimes, the developers might need more inputs from you. So all of these things happen in the process of you building out a feature or shipping a feature. So to summarize my answer, quick look at the metrics. Metrics are data is everything. Second thing is identify the problems. You can identify the problems looking at the customer support tickets or looking at the call insights based on my call observations, whatever problems that I'm identifying. Then you design the solutions. You wireframe the solutions first, and then you design it, and then take it up for development. And once the developer develops it, then you take it up for the quality testing team. And once they approve, you push it to the live users. So this particular cycle is something that we work on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. We have our own target, we have our own metrics. So based on all of these things, we work towards improving that particular metric, whatever is our KPI.